Hey, welcome back lads. So we now know that Call of Duty Vanguard's multiplayer mode will share a couple of similarities with Black Ops Cold War, so I think it's time we take a closer look into that stuff. Now you might be happy to hear that, no, they won't be exactly the same, so if you hate Cold War with a passion, I wouldn't worry too much. It's just that some things, good and bad, do tend to live on from one COD to the next, from one year to another, and yeah, the same is going to happen here, so let's jump right in. Just a reminder that with Vanguard, nothing much, if anything, is confirmed at this point, so we're just going off a lot of leaks and rumours here. No doubt that the Warzone integration with WW2 Vanguard will have an impact on the multiplayer, and one thing that says to me is the seasonal prestige system we have right now will live on. So if you want classic prestige and ranks to return, I'm pretty sure that is 6 feet under. It's dead. The seasonal prestige crosses over between every single game mode in Modern Warfare, Warzone, and Cold War. It's the Call of Duty ranking system. Yeah, common sense tells me that's going nowhere, but I want to see an upgrade to the Prestige shop and rewards, because right now there is, throwback calling cards and icons from every old COD ever, but I want to see camos. To me, that's a much more worthwhile reward, like you can actually see it in-game on your weapon. Bring back all the iconic camos from like every COD, Modern Warfare 2, Red and Blue Tiger. What about Art of War from Black Ops 2 and Cherry Blossom? What about as well the Master Prestige camos from COD World War 2, which were like these kind of like tiger camos that were low-key animated. I love this one. It's kind of like, it looks like there's a like molten liquid silver flowing through the weapon, and I would love to earn that stuff back through the reward shop. This is not something that's confirmed to be returning, but it's safe to say that it will, and it's crazy to me that people aren't talking about this stuff when it comes to Call of Duty Vanguard, because just a year ago, the entire community was on their knees begging for Prestige to come back, because the original ranks in Modern Warfare were just, I don't know, painful, and yeah, I would say it's a good thing that seasonal Prestige should continue on. I want to bring this back up again. The known leaker and insider Tom Henderson did describe Vanguard as being trash like Cold War 2.0. I shouldn't be surprised by people just being negative and loving to hate in this community, but yeah, I want to bring it back up, like this comparison again, because Tom is saying that Vanguard will lack content from day one. I'm telling you guys right now, there will only be somewhere between 8 and 10 regular multiplayer maps, and a handful of massive maps for a bigger, more expansive multiplayer mode, because I have actually realized that recently that in the past like 5 or 6 years of Call of Duty, there have been 3 games that have released with not even 10 maps. That would be COD World War 2, Modern Warfare last year, and Cold War this year. And the thing that they all have in common is that they have that extra multiplayer mode that has a lot more players, bigger maps, and changes the multiplayer formula, like ground war and fire teams, for example. So maybe these COD games are not releasing with only a few multiplayer maps because the developers are being rushed and they don't have enough time. Maybe it's actually like a thing about the size of the game, like the file size. We're talking gigabytes of these games, because they have to release it with, multiplayer, zombies, campaign, and all the Warzone stuff too, and we complain that the file sizes are too big, and they have a whole year of DLC planned as well. So maybe it's more of a design choice to only have like 8 or 9 maps. Talking about DLC, the last 2 years of COD have followed a very similar pattern of seasonal content. I would assume that Vanguard will also follow that path too, though in recent times Cold War has actually upped the amount of DLC maps and weapons per season. That's real nice. While Sledgehammer's last game, COD World War 2, had a different way to deliver content through those events, and I loved that. Actually, I preferred that, but that is also going to be a thing of the past. Quickly and finally, before we wrap up here, I expect there will also be a story that continues through the seasons, that does connect the campaign, multiplayer, and Warzone, like we've seen in Cold War and Modern Warfare, but I feel Modern Warfare was a bit... there wasn't really much of a story, it was kind of just introducing characters. Anyways, that's about it, so stay spicy, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.